All right, now that we actually have I'm gonna move myself over here. We've went through all the settings of the community, how to go ahead and set up the bones of it. I want to show you how we're going to organize it. So that's one thing that I do recommend when you're building out your community. Take a couple minutes to kind of think through what is going to be the best organizational structure for this. So in order to add channels, your home and your announcements area is kind of your defaults here. If you look, let's actually go ahead. We're going to add a channel first. So let's say this is our tester community. We have our home area, we have our announcements area, and let's say we want to make a channel for, I'm literally having a blank right now. Okay, so let's do discussion and questions. You can enter a quick description. This is a tester channel for questions and community discussion. Oops. Okay, and then you can go ahead and choose your icon. There are emojis now, so you can either choose to use an emoji or some of these preset icons. Let's just go ahead and use a light bulb. Making a channel private. So what this essentially means is that when you're creating your channel, if you make it private, you have to invite members. So this could be like an additional pay gate. It could be for people who use like or reach a specific level in the gamification area. But if you turn on private, you have to invite members kind of individually there. Versus turning that off, it's going to be available to everyone inside of the community. So we're going to go ahead and let that as is. And then let's go ahead and add another discussion and questions. We're just gonna do, let's do one that's, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just make this automation ideas. We'll make that a little rocket and then go ahead and create that channel. And then we'll go through and private VIP. VIP coaching, let's say recordings here. This is a tester channel to host VIP session recordings. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and what makes sense here? Let's just do a little star. And then this one we are going to go ahead and make private. And you can see this has a little lock. Now at any point, if you want, you can always kind of click into these and then you'll have the gear icon where you can see the channel name, description, and go ahead and edit those. You can also edit the members and change it to private or go ahead and delete that. So now we have a number of different things here. Let's go ahead and add a course. So inside of your communities, you have the option to add a course. Now, please keep in mind there are a couple options here. You can either add them as free, you can add them as paid, you can also add them into your gamification strategy as well. So we're going to go ahead and just pick our custom font files, and we're going to give this to all our members. So this is just going to be a little included option inside of our membership area. I'm actually going to add another one because that one doesn't have. Okay, so you can see here, it does pull in kind of the graphics from your images. This is just where we host our custom font files, so that's why there's no kind of image there. We don't have anything set. You can also go ahead and edit that at any point. You can move it, so if you want to just kind of reorder the way these are in here, you can delete it, and then you can copy the link. So if I wanted to say, hey, make sure y'all join this. It's going to have content for this week, whatever. I could literally come in here, paste that link, and that's going to let them very quickly access that. Okay, so the members tab, you can always see here kind of active admins, contributors based on their ranking, requested, and then banned. And then you also have the option to set events. So remember we created that VIP coaching kind of recording area. we have the ability to go ahead and let's say we're going to do group coaching session number 1 and want this to be available to the group. You can go ahead and select your color. We'll make that for Friday at 10:30 a.m. to 11. You can go ahead and select your time zone, and you can make this recurring. So if I wanted this to recur every single week, then we would go ahead and set it to every 7 days for 10 days. We'll leave it as 10 occurrences. And of course, you can turn that off. You don't have to make it recurring. And then you can go ahead and actually link your Zoom or Google Meet or whatever that is. So for us, we have our typical Zoom link, funnelflippers.com/Zoom or office. I lied. And then you can add a description. This is, well, that's not going to let me do it because it's not a Zoom link. Let me pull one really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, we have our Zoom link. We'll go ahead and paste that in there. This is a tester for a group coaching event. You can hide the location from non-attendees. That's basically going to say, hey, anyone that has not registered for this or said they're attending cannot see it. You can go ahead and literally say who can attend this event. So who is this going to be available to? Is it all members? Members at a certain like level 4, members of a specific course, or members of a private channel. So we're going to select that one because we have it set up for VIP coaching recordings. It will automatically go ahead and remind them as well. And then you can add like a quick image to that through this section. That might be too big. Okay, never mind. It did go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and select, whoops, I didn't select an option there. We're going to hit next. We're going to make it free. You can make it paid. So, and then toggle on test mode as well. Let's go ahead and create our event. And then you can see here automatically we have the option to go ahead and add this directly to our Google Calendar from the calendar area inside of the group. You can go ahead and toggle if you're using Apple, Outlook, etc. as well. And then if we scroll down, you can see this is going to automatically end after those 10 occurrences. So down here on May 8th, there's nothing because this would be the 10th occurrence. You do have the option as well to kind of see those through this list view. So that's super fun. That is a newer addition to the communities area that I really, really love. Okay, now let's go through inviting members. So in order to invite members, you can either come here at any point and grab your link and have people click onto the link, or you can also go ahead and invite them manually. So for me, I'd say, hey, Sammy at thefunnelflippers.com. I would give admin privileges, and then that would send her an invitation link. All right, now that we know the basics of how to kind of organize things, how we can set things up, let's actually go back and add a course that's going to unlock with a specific level. So let's look at buy now actually first. So buy now, you have the option to go ahead and put paid programs in here that maybe are not a part of your community or included in that community, which gives them super easy access to be able to view all of the things you have available as well as purchase those. So if I hit buy now, it's automatically pulling in the pricing that I kind of have set here. They know it's a recurring item. It didn't actually pull in the dollar amount, but let's say it's $7 every in US dollars, trial days, 7 days, and then monthly. We can go ahead and add course. And then you can see it's going to give me the option to go ahead and purchase that. I think I'll have to preview. I'll preview this then, but that's going to give that option. Then let's go ahead and add something else. And we're going to add this either as a time unlock or we're going to do a level unlock. So let's say when someone reaches level 5, this course is going to be included and it's going to give them automatic access to that once it's done. So you can see here, this is kind of a preview of what this looks like when you're adding things. Your members will get notifications inside of the app if they have those enabled. Otherwise, as soon as they access their community portal, they're going to see this notification bar kind of lit up and be able to see that you're adding things for them to access. Okay, really quick. It's going to take me a second. All right, right here. So Gamification. Here is essentially what someone's profile looks like as they're interacting with your community, going through and posting comments, watching videos, etc. They'll be actually given points which unlock these different levels, which makes it super, super easy to gamify your program. You also, as well as your members, are able to see the leaderboard as far as who is basically climbing the ranks of your different levels based on what they're doing inside of the community. So to add a reward, you can either come here to the leaderboard and add rewards that way, or you can also come here into, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. You can come in here to your discussion and then settings and down to gamification and rewards. So gamification, when you open this menu, this is going to allow you to name your levels. We're just going to name this. So here's the beginner. This is kind of cheesy, but we're going to call it just Rising Star. We'll name this Superstar. Shooting Star. I don't know what to name these, so please bear with me. I know these are a little corny. It's fine. Oh, we skipped level 4. We'll just name this Burning Hot, Rising Tide. Okay, and that kind of gives you an idea of how to do it. So you can set those different names for your gamification, and then let's go ahead and add our rewards. So you can go ahead and say, hey, we're going to, let's just do what it says. 10% off your first purchase. First purchase. Wow. Okay. 25 characters. 20 first purchase. Okay. That's kind of a pain, so keep that in mind. Unlock level 2 to earn 10% off your first purchase with us. Let's just say that. Okay. So there's rewards. The next one is going to be free 1-to-1 15-minute audit. Sammy and I will audit and not get a free 15-minute automation audit with Sammy and Kylie for reaching level 5. Okay, let's just go ahead and save these. We're going to go ahead and save. And then, as we're kind of coming here, you can see I need 5 points to level up. Let's go ahead and, well, this is a good time to show you actually how to post things. So at any point, you can either post from home or you can come in your specific channels. Let's go ahead and say, this is a test. Welcome. So glad. I'll learn how to type someday. Welcome. So glad you're here. Then you have these options down here. So you can go ahead and add a GIF directly in here. You can add an image, a video. Super nice part is you can just go ahead and do a YouTube Vimeo or Loom link and then hit add link and it will automatically populate it for you. Or you can do the upload. You can add a link. So this would be tester text, thefunnelflippers.com. So we can save that. You can see that kind of added here as a link. And then you can also add attachments like a PDF, CSV, etc., etc. We'll just add that file. And then you can always add your little emojis right from there as well. So then you are going to hit publish post. People will have the option to go ahead and like, to go ahead and comment. And if you want to at any point move your post, you can always copy your link and send it to somebody directly inside the community. You can delete the post, move to a different channel like this. You also have the option to edit, or you can pin your post. So when you pin posts, it's going to look like this, and then it will create kind of that horizontal scroll option with all of your pin posts. So the way we like to do it, we will keep kind of our welcome items pinned here at the very top of our home area. So in the home area, you can see this essentially works like a social media feed. As I would post more things, first post, let's just go ahead and post that. You can see it just kind of goes in order from most recent to oldest. All right, let's go ahead and comment that. And then if I come back here to leaderboard, this is actually not updating. Give me a second. Well, it's not updating my points. Goodness gracious. But you can see as we're kind of doing these things, we have one member, obviously. We have 2 posts. And then as I am engaging and doing different things, these points in this circle will actually update to kind of show my activity inside of the community. Okay, let's poke around, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, the chat feature. Totally forgot the chat feature. So you do have the option to go ahead and chat at any point. They do have this new internal chat option so that you can actually chat one-to-one with people inside of the community. You can send your gifts. You can go ahead and attach media and files. But that is going to work just like pretty much any other chat on any other platform. So let's go ahead. You can see we have all these different options. And now one super important thing as well is that there are now some automation options where you can go in and kind of automate some of these rewards that you're setting over here. And that's kind of how they appear when they're not necessarily tied to your courses. So super important that I didn't touch on. If you are doing like kind of how we did and said, hey, this is a level-based unlock, it's not going to automatically show up in your rewards areas. So you do have to actually come into rewards and manually say, unlock the workshop, reach level 5, and get free access to our workshop. Okay, so you would have to add it like that, even though it's going to unlock for them automatically and give them access to this, it's not going to kind of show. So they might not even know that that is a reward available for them. Okay, I think we kind of touched on the core of things inside of membership. If at any point, the only thing we didn't really touch on is the search bar. So if I want to say, hey, the word test, I can go ahead and search and find all things. So that's the majority of how to set up your membership, how to manage it, and a review of all the settings. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and we are more than happy to work through it.